First and foremost, all praises are due to Yahweh Bashim Hawashah, Bashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for teaching us the truth. Salutations to the brothers around the four corners of the earth who are teaching this word in truth and sincerity. And shalom to the hopeful elect of Israel who listen and believe in this word. This is Brother Kawat Sabah coming at you with another lesson. This one is entitled, Can You Be Saved by Faith Alone? First of all, let's see what that word faith is talking about. Then we'll get into some scriptures. Let's find the word faith. All right, this is the Greek translation of the word faith.
Strong's G 4102, pistis. Pistis.
Okay, it says here conviction of the truth of anything, belief. Okay, in the New Testament, of a conviction or belief respecting man's relationship to Yahweh in divine things, generally with the included idea of trust and holy fervor born of faith and joined with it. It says here relating to Yahweh, the conviction that Yahweh exists, okay, that takes faith, and is the creator and ruler of all things, the provider and bestower of eternal salvation through Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. Says here relating to Yahweh Shai, a strong and welcome conviction or belief that Yahweh Shai is the Messiah, okay, the Hamashiach, through whom we obtain eternal salvation in the kingdom of Yahweh. So that definitely takes faith. All right, let's see here. Okay, so that basically sums it all up. And as you know, in Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 1, we know faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. So indeed, we do have faith that Yahweh Shai was here. He died. He was resurrected. He is sitting on the right-hand side of the Father, Yahweh, and that he will be back as King of Kings and Lord of Lords with vengeance upon Babylon, America, and that he will extract the 1/3 elect of the Hebrew Israelites, so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans that have hearkened to this good news. So that does take faith, you see. But the question was, for the lesson, can you be saved by faith alone? So let's answer that. James chapter 2 and verse 14. What doeth it profit, my brethren, though a man say he hath faith and hath not works? Can faith save him? So you have to have works with faith. So let's continue to see what that's talking about. Then we'll get into some other things, other definitions of works. James 2 and verse 15. If a brother or a sister be naked and destitute of daily food, verse 16, and one of you say unto them, depart in peace, be ye warmed and filled, notwithstanding ye give them not those things which are needful to the body. What doeth it profit? So he's saying here, James, who is a brother of Yahweh Shai, he's saying, if you see a brother or a sister, particularly a brother or sister that's in the faith, but even somebody that's a Hebrew Israelite that may be part of the 2/3 that, you know, that haven't hearkened to this word. If you see them and they're, you know, they're hungry, okay, have no place to stay, and you just say, hey, you know, go by them and say, hey, just be on your way, all right? You know, have a good day, even though they're hungry and destitute, okay? That's, you know, faith. You may have faith, but the work is helping the brother or sister out, okay, that's naked or destitute of daily food. But if you just say, hey, depart in peace, be warm and filled, see you later, particularly a brother or sister that's in this truth. So let's continue, all right? Let's read that again, James 2 and verse 14. Let's go back up. What doeth it profit, my brethren, though a man say he hath faith and hath not works? Can faith save him? Verse 15, if a brother or sister be naked and destitute of daily food, verse 16, and one of you say unto them, depart in peace, be ye warmed and filled, notwithstanding ye give them not those things which are needful to the body, what doeth it profit? So what good is it that you just say, have a good day, see you later, and you're not going to help the brother or sister out by performing that's a good work, you see, almsgiving and showing love, which is charity. So verse 17, even so faith, if it hath not works, is dead, being alone. So faith by itself isn't enough. So you have to also have good deeds. Okay. Otherwise, faith is dead without good deeds, good works. Verse 18. Yea, a man may say, thou hast faith, and I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works. So you have to have faith with works. They go hand in hand. And some of those things are like, here, almsgiving, helping out a fellow brother or sister. And many times, if you've ever watched the elder apostles in their camps, okay, they have on Saturdays, they do the camps. They've had many people come by, and Elder Apostle Tahar, Elder Apostle Gabar, Elder Apostle Ramloff, okay, the Elder Bishop Saccharone will dig in their pocket and give individuals, whatever they have, $4 or $5 here and there. You see? So I've seen that, put into action. And, and the thing about it is the people they're giving money to are not necessarily, in the faith. So it doesn't matter, but they're a fellow Hebrew Israelite brother or sister. So faith without works is dead. So James 2, let's give some other examples of works. Praying. Praying is another thing. Praying is, as many times as you can. You see First Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 17. Pray without ceasing. Giving your tithes. You see, GMS has a cash app. You can give a tithe, whatever you can give, and those tithes help brothers out that may be going through struggles, that may not be able to pay their rent or, have some basic needs that need to be filled. And you're not worried about where the money goes. It's just the act of doing it, Give without the expectation of receiving. Of course, almsgiving, helping your fellow brother or sister out wherever you can with a couple dollars here. Maybe you have some clothes or a coat that somebody may need. You see, doing lessons. If you're a man of the Lord and you've been filled with the Holy Spirit, the Rakah Kodash, you have an understanding of these scriptures, then you can do lessons. And then eventually you can build the faith and courage to go out and street preach, okay? Giving your body as a living sacrifice. Also rehearsing the righteous acts, doing your best to do the law, statutes, and the commandments to the best of your ability, particularly the first 10 law, statutes, and the commandments. And the one law, statute, and the commandment, okay, one of the one that says love your neighbor as thyself, that fulfills the whole of the law. So you can do that, then that's another thing, because if you love your neighbor as thyself, you're going to help them out. You're not going to sleep with your brother's wife, commit adultery. You're not going to lie. You're not going to steal from your brother, your sister. You're not going to bear false witness against your brother or your sister. You see? So that covers the whole of the law. So these are just some examples of works. So faith without works is dead. So let's read James 2 and verse 18 in NLT. Now, someone may argue, some people have faith, others have good deeds. So you need to have both. But I say, how can you show me your faith if you don't have good deeds? I will show you my faith by my good deeds. So the combination of doing the works and faith go hand in hand, not just doing one separate from the other. Because you have some individuals that are like, well, I do works, I give alms, I do the law, statutes, and commandments, I pray, but they don't have faith. And you have some that have faith, but they don't have deeds or works. So you have to have both that go. They both go hand in hand. All right. So let's continue to read verse 19. Thou believest that there is one God, okay, one Lord. Thou knowest well. The devils also believe and tremble. So you can believe that there is one Lord, one Most High, Yahweh. Even the devil does that. He believes that there is one God. Oh, you see? All right. One Lord. So that's a good thing. But even the devil and the demons know that there is one God. You see? And they tremble. So people say, I have faith. I believe there is one God. But that, let's read James 2 and verse 19 in NLT. You say you have faith, For you believe that there is one God. Good for you. Even the demons believe this, and they tremble in terror. So that's not enough to just believe there is one God, because even the demons, the left-hand side, believes that. Verse 20. But will thou know, O vain man, that faith without works is dead? So you have to have the faith with the good deeds, the works. Verse 21. Was not Abraham our father justified by works when he had offered Isaac his son upon the altar? So, of course, Abraham was told by Yahweh to sacrifice his son, Isaac. And, he went upon, he took it upon himself to do that. That was a work that Yahweh wanted him to do. But he also had faith with that. You see, he had the faith with the work of, sacrificing his son, Isaac, like Yahweh asked him to do. So let's continue. Verse 22. Seest thou how faith wrought with his works, and by works was faith made perfect? So him doing the work of putting his son as a sacrifice from what Yahweh told him to do, his faith was made perfect because he had faith and works together. Let's read James 2 and verse 22 to NLT. You see, his faith and his actions work together. His actions made his faith complete. Verse 23, and the scripture was fulfilled, which saith, Abraham believed Yahweh, and it was imputed unto him for righteousness, and he was called the friend of Yahweh. So he believed Yahweh, and he was counted as righteous because of his faith. So you want to be called a friend of Yahweh. That's the best thing you could be called. That's the best friend you can have, is Yahweh the Most High. Who wouldn't want that unless you're out of your damn mind? So let's go to a precept. Let's go to James chapter 1 and verse 21. And it reads, Wherefore lay apart all filthiness and superfluity of naughtiness, and receive with meekness the engrafted word, which is able to save your souls. So we know this word, these words, these scriptures, okay? All right, the word of Yahweh that's in your heart, which is your mind, it has the power to save your souls. Verse 22, but be ye doers of the word and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves. So don't just listen to what Yahweh says as far as these words in this book, but you also have to be doers of the word. Put the works in action. You can have faith, but you also have to show your faith by your works. Like I said, praying, rehearsing the righteous acts, walking in the spirit, okay? Doing lessons if you're able to, if you're a man of the Lord, whatever it may be. Being a helper, you see, whatever you can do, you see. If you're a woman, listen in silence, okay? Be modest, you see, be humble. So whatever you can do as far as your works, and also if you're a woman, you can pray, of course. You can give tithes. So there's things you can do as a man or a woman to not only just, have faith, but prove your faith by your works. Let's go to Romans chapter 2 and verse 13, and we'll finish up here. In Romans, let's see here. There we go. Romans chapter 2 and verse 13, and it reads, For not the hearers of the law are just before Yahweh, but the doers of the law shall be justified. Let's read Romans 2 and verse 13 in NLT. For merely listening to the law doesn't make us right with Yahweh. It is obeying the law that makes us right in his sight. So not just listening to the law, but also obeying it. Not just being hearers of the law, statutes, and commandments, but doing the law, statutes, and the commandments to the best of your ability. Now, we're not going to be able to cover every law, statute, and commandment. There are 613 laws, statutes, and commandments, but being in captivity to Esau, we're not able to do every one. You see, that's why we have grace that was given to us by the sacrifice of Yahushua. We were given grace, but you're still not to pile iniquity upon iniquity. And the ones you can do, the law, statutes, and the commandments, you do them, point blank. So on that note, I hope this lesson was edifying to you, and I want to give all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rakakwadash, Shalom.